You've learned that you can create parts, assemblies, and drawings in Inventor. Any of these file types can be started by selecting an icon here or by going up to the ribbon and pressing the new icon. When I do, a window appears that prompts me to select a template. Templates have predefined settings, such as units of measurement, among other options. And notice that there are templates for both English and metric units. If you find that you always change settings as soon as you start a new file, you can create personal, customized templates with those changes already in place. For now, though, I'll select the standard IPT template and click Create. When I do, Inventor opens a blank part file, and I want to start a new 2D sketch right away. To do that, I'll go to the 3D Model tab on the ribbon and click Start 2D Sketch. And then, since a sketch must always start on a plane or object face, select the XY plane to start working. I'll start drawing a line by selecting its icon on the ribbon and then clicking to place a point. As I pull away, notice that since I chose an IPT template for the file, the units are shown in inches. I want to use metric units instead, but rather than starting a new drawing with a metric template, I can instead simply modify the document settings. I'll go to the Tools tab on the ribbon and select Document Settings to bring up the Document Settings dialog box. From here, I'll navigate to the Units tab and then set the length units to millimeters and the mass units to grams. I'll click Apply and then Close to accept the changes. Now, when I start a new line, the units displayed are in millimeters. With the unit set, I'm ready to start modeling, but what do I sketch first? You might have an idea of what the part should look like, but how do you get there when you're starting with a completely blank screen? Well, think about design questions like, what features should I use? What should my sketch look like? Or how should I dimension it? There is no single right answer to these types of questions, but to give you an idea of how to approach these questions, I'll show you a few completed parts and how they were created. I'll switch to this completed pin part, and notice in the browser on the left that the pin is made from a combination of simple extrude features. And if I expand them, notice that each of the features contains the sketch it was created from. The pin here is a simple part, but you can also break down more complicated looking parts into simple shapes. I'll switch to this bracket part, and to get a better look at the bracket's construction, I'll move the end of part icon in the browser to hide the fillet and hole features. As I walk back through the part, notice that the bracket is made of a combination of 3D extrusions, similar to the pin, with a basic rectangle as the base. Not so intimidating at all. I'll expand and select the sketch, and you can see that it is a thin rectangle that defines the height and length, so the extrude defined the width. But would it have been a better idea to sketch a large rectangle on the bottom that defined the length and width, and then extrude it up to get the height? The short answer is maybe. It's up to you. Both methods will create the same geometry, but I will mention that your choice here can affect how the part updates and interacts with other parts in an assembly. With all that said, I'll switch back to the blank part file, and in the next few lessons, I'll walk through several approaches for sketching and designing parts, as well as go over how to use features to turn those sketches into 3D geometry and create the pin I showed earlier.